What it do, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Ducotto. And of course, I have a really special episode today. Today's my birthday. You know what I mean? Someone's turned big, you know what. So, super excited, super happy, super blessed, super grateful that the sun has trickled all the way again onto my day, a very special day. And of course, with it being so special, let's just talk about Manchester United football and what to expect against Crystal Palace tomorrow at 3 p.m. English time, 10 a.m. Toronto time. If y'all haven't already know, I am sipping on some of that bodacious red wine, damn near drank most of the bottle yesterday to this, celebrate the birthday. About to do another special one tonight with the missus. So super excited, super happy, and as always, super grateful. But you know why you're here. You know why you clicked on this video. We're talking about Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. Very important game. Why? We're going to discuss. For the very first importance of this game is that Aston Villa lost. They lost, and they lost to Wolverhampton. So if we win, we are tied with them on points and tied for third. I gotta check goal differential to see if we would get ahead of them in based off goal differential. But just being tied, when you look back to, I want to say about a month and a half ago, when Carrick took over, and we were as fans discussing what could be the best, how high can we finish. And I said to y'all on this channel for the community, I told the community, I said, hey, I think third place is reasonable. Third place should be something that can be attained. And, community was getting at me, friends and those that actually watched were getting at me. And now those same people are like, damn, he ain't lying. He is not lying. Like, we can damn near finish third. And so just looking up the table and stuff, goal differential. No, if we actually win tomorrow against Palace, we go ahead of Aston Villa. Even though we have the same amount of points, we have a better goal differential. So this is very important. If I look at our form pack, we're 4 wins or total 5 wins and 1 draw. But on a 5 game window, we're 4 wins and 1 draw versus Crystal Palace's, who has 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. So if we're looking at it from a maximum of 15 points, we've accumulated 13 of the 15, whereas Crystal Palace has accumulated 7 of 15. We should be able to beat these guys. These guys, right now, there's a lot of, calamity hitting that club. The coach Glasner and the board and the ownership getting at it over a lack of what he feels reasonable sources as well. Glasner and the fans are getting at each other right now because, he's telling them, be grateful for what you have. Like, you guys don't get to celebrate being in Europe. So now that you're here, be grateful. Don't pass your place. And of course, it's not, going over smooth with the fan base. Why would it be? Why would they be okay with mediocrity, right? And so, yes, they had a couple wins, but ultimately, I think they're on a decline. And this is where we need to step in and just add, just add more, just heap more pressure onto them while also uplifting us, right? City won, so they're now 2 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal has a tough game against Chelsea. Chelsea needs to, fight in with the top four race because Liverpool just won. So It's gonna be hot. We just gotta make sure that we just take care of our business, and we should. How does that look like? Now, if I have to look at it, we need to start with the lineups. That's the most important thing. I think right now we need to, as supporters, really try to keep Michael Carrick in check by choosing the best starting lineup possible. Since he's taken over, he started the same lineups, and Bomo at the top, Cunha, Ahmad right behind, or Cunha, I should say, and Buemo at the top, Cunha, Bruno, Ahmad just behind, followed by um, Kabi and Casemiro, then with Luke Shaw. It was Martinez, but he got hurt, so there's Lioro, Maguire, Dallo, and Lamens, right? And while we won 5 out of 6 games, with the one game being a draw, the last two have been really, really, really tight. The 1-0 win against what's the team? Everton. We've been having tighter games than normal. The 1-1 draw versus West Ham, so on and so forth, right? So I think now teams have caught up and caught on to the kind of style or the system that Carrick's putting out with the players that he has right now. I've been calling for Sesko to start. Sesko has been scoring, has been dominant, has been showing that class, that brilliance, that he was showing over in Germany with RB Leipzig. So I think now, just to create more dynamism, be more, volatile in our attack, just to open up the floor, open up the spacing, be more ruthless from an attacking sense. I think Sesko needs to start, and I think the person in our attacking lineup that's going to be sacrificed or have their starting lineup taken, it's ultimately going to be one of our Africans in Amad Diallo. If I look at game changers between him, Diallo, Cunha, and Buemo, Diallo is the least likely in terms of a game changer. Cunha, even though he had a poor game against Everton when Diallo came out, the pass to Mbeumo was a pass of brilliance. You know what I mean? And Buemo, with the vision and the foresight to not rush it, but take time, finds Sheshko that blew by his guy, right? So I think in terms of game changers, Cunha and Buemo are more of a game changer than Amad Diallo. I think Amad Diallo coming in as that super sub off the bench when everyone's tired to be direct, running at players, trying to score. It's going to be more potent, especially for a game like Crystal Palace. So I can see some changes into the starting lineup. I do expect Yoro to keep his position in the back line if Martinez is hurt. Albeit, I would prefer Aiden Heaven in that same position. I just think Heaven gives a bit more calm. There's more poise on the ball when I see Heaven. He's not as rattled in certain moments, but Yoro's still young. He's only 19, 20. He's still learning how to take control of that space. But I think Heaven right now has the means to to me, he has a higher ceiling as of right now. I could be wrong in the future, but right now he just looks that he has that potential. There are some key injuries to Palace, so they're gonna be without Nketiah, Mateta, Lerma, Decore. I guess they have some issues over there. But still, their starting lineup is nothing to sneeze over. I will be looking at the one Adam Wharton. I know he's been heavily linked to not just Manchester United, but to Liverpool's and other Chelsea clubs. So it's going to be really nice to see what he does. I know we beat them 2-1, but it's going to be really nice to see what he's able to do, to see if he's going to put on a show, especially at Old Trafford. A lot of times people want to play better than what they're capable of, just to kind of, get those big money transfers, those signings, right? Which, hey, I'm all for it. Get your chicken, right? But yeah, I do expect it to be a good match. I expect it to be, relatively close. But I think United with the which is who we have available, it being at home, us being in the form that we're in right now, I do expect us to kind of have that edge and have that momentum to see things over the line. So score prediction right now in my brain, I have anywhere between, I think right now I'm juggling between 2-0 United or 2-1 United. I'm just trying to juggle in between that. I don't see a blowout on either side, but I just expect us to get it over the line. You know what I mean? I've been trying to tell people this right now. We need to just get these results, or sorry, we need to continue with these results getting over the line. Just get the 3 points, just move on, do our job, business like, and we're out of here, right? So, super, 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 excited, super grateful. Not happy that Liverpool won, but it just shows you that we have our destiny in our hand. We just got to keep with that momentum, keep putting in that pressure. And yeah, a win tomorrow sees us into third place. It's crazy. People thought we couldn't be here. It sees us into third place. It sees the gap between us and Arsenal, provided if they lose to City tomorrow, we can be anywhere between 10 to 11 points with a game in hand. So remember what I was saying, closing that points gap, right? We can't lose double digits. We got to close that points gap. We have to close that points gap and then really, really, really see what happens after that, right? We're gonna need Bruno to be at his very best. The same suspects, but this is a game between Mainu, Akabe, and Wharton. I have my eyes on those two. About the same ages, they play the same role. They're being asked to do the same thing. Kabe needs to show that he can really, really, really solidify himself in that sixth position. You know what I mean? But like I said, we have our destiny in our hand. This is the last game in my eyes before business ends door opens and we're officially into the business end heading into March. So this game is really important, really imperative that we see it through, we see it over. And yeah, if I was gonna quickly run through potential lineups, like I said, I want Sesko starting. I wanted Cunha and Buemo, Bruno right behind him. And then behind them, again, as I said, I want Casemiro, aka Class Samero, and Kabi Mainu behind him. And then, like I said, you know me, I like Luke Shaw will be our left back. It's gonna be Yoro. It's gonna be Maguire. I want Mazraoui. I think Mazraoui gives more calmness, but I know he'll go with Dallo again. And then Lamens, man. Lamens, you've been a revelation for this club. Like, I don't even worry about the goalkeeping as much anymore. At first you had a bit of a rocky start where I said you need to get your goal limits down, but the team itself wasn't in the right or in the best position to allow that. So just seeing Carrick kind of get these guys back into the right positions, allowing more fluidity, more flexibility. Everyone is just used to their positions because again they play those positions their entire life. So it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fun, and we should see it through. So like I said, 2-0 United, 2-1 United. And yeah, if y'all like I said, if y'all agree with what I'm saying, let me know below in the comments. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. Feel free to wish me a happy birthday and happy birthday to everyone else whose birthday is on the 28th of February. Or if you're a Pisces like myself, shout out all the Pisces. And yeah, I can't wait. Super excited for tomorrow. But as always, it's your boy Ducotto. We out.